Another What Does This Button Do? This is episode number 140. It's an educational show about smartphones and tablets with us, Geeks on Tour. Our beginner's lesson today is Facebook privacy settings, but Chris has a tip first. What do you have, Chris?
Well, I try to think of something that I use all the time, but maybe have never shown anybody. And I think I found one in Google Maps. And it's about Street View. So getting to Street View while you're using Google Maps, all you have to do is tap on an existing marker, or to make your own marker, just long press to drop one off. If you see an image in the lower left corner with a circular arrow, that is the Street View button. And then if it takes you actually to a street, you might see a blue line, and you can kind of pull along that blue line to drive along the street. Let me show you. And this works exactly the same on iPhone or Android, so I don't have to show them both to you. I'm just picking one. So here is Google Maps, and I'm going to zoom into a place in Arizona called Quartzsite.
We've been there.
Yeah, if you're in
very popular with the RV set, especially in the winter time. It's an amazing area. A lot of Bureau of Land Management, BLM land, where people can go and just park out in the desert.
Out in the middle of the desert.
There are a lot of RV parks there too.
But yes, there are also, and here is one, the Scenic Road RV, where we have parked. And let's say that you're thinking about that and want to actually see it. You just tap on the marker, and there is the Street View button. You can tell because it has this circular arrow. So you just tap on that, and it takes you into full photographic 360-degree Street View. And you're seeing both sides of the road. And then wherever you see this blue line that is a road, you can pull on it and drive down the road.
Or walk.
Yeah. But now what if, so you can see all around. I want to back up now and show you about another spot. What if you want to see, like the last time we were in Quartzsite, we parked out into just the middle of the desert. I wonder if I could get a photographic image of that spot. It was like right here. You can long press, and that drops off a marker. But notice there is no Street View button on this, so you're out of luck. But let's go to someplace nearby, like maybe right on this road. I drop a marker, still nothing. But if I come out to this
go back
road,
to Dome Rock.
yeah, I came back to that. That's the main road. Now I do have a Street View. But this time, yeah, see, there's the blue line going down this road, but there's no blue line going down that road. So that means the Google Street View car did not drive down this way.
They probably thought they'd get lost.
So
but we've driven down there, haven't we?
We sure have. That's where we parked. And that is about using Street View from Google Maps.
Okay. Well, it is. What does this button do? Hi, everyone. I'm Jim, and together with my wife, Chris, we are Geeks on Tour. Do you think your smartphone is smarter than you? And do you have questions about your Android phone or your iPad tablet? And how do you learn about these amazing devices?
Well, we are geeks who teach, and we think the best way to learn is on a regular basis in small pieces. So we have this weekly show, and we record it live on YouTube, usually on Sundays. And by Wednesday, I have written extensive show notes that are available to our members. So you can watch it recorded at any time by going to our website, geeksontour.com, and click on the menu for weekly class.
So So today's show is going to be about Facebook privacy. We just did one a few weeks ago about Facebook privacy, but things have changed a little bit even in the past couple of weeks. Maybe you saw some of the congressional hearings. So by Wednesday afternoon, this episode will be posted at Geeks on Tour with the class notes. Chris makes extensive class notes on each one of these episodes, and they're available to premium members. So, Chris, where are we now?
We're home in Fort Lauderdale for just another couple days, actually. But I really like this picture. We went with some friends out on the waterway. You can get a boat ride in Fort Lauderdale at any time you want by just hopping on a water taxi.
It is nice.
Yeah. So that's what we did.
All right. I don't see any questions. We have a few people saying hello, though. California, Oregon, coast to coast and around the world. I don't know where he's at, but it looks good. Go ahead.
All right.
Beginner's lesson. Facebook privacy and what we think is really important. 5 things. And you can also check us out on episode number 133 in the archives.
Facebook privacy. So it's been in the news lately. So we couldn't resist putting in our 2 cents worth because there's just been so much in the news because of the Cambridge Analytica breach of trust, according to Mark Zuckerberg. So are there problems? Yes, absolutely. But should you quit Facebook? We say no. I like to take a historic view of the problems. Back in the mid-1800s, when the Pony Express was first developed, they had to deal with, oh my God, what if somebody opened up an envelope while it was en route? What are we going to do? And they made the riders take a honesty oath. They made them take an oath on the Bible and that they would be honest and not open those. And then Pony Express gave way to telegraph. And then the government had to get involved to counter the threat of eavesdropping telegraph conversations. And then we get the U.S. mail, lots of laws around what is private there. Telephones. Remember party lines?
No, I'm much too young for that.
Then came internet and email, and now Facebook. Facebook is just the next progression of method for communicating. It is the 21st century communication tool. I call it many to many. You know, instead of one-to-one letters or one-to-many email, Facebook allows many people to contact many other people. And there's gonna be problems. And that's all there is to that. But should you quit? Of course you can. And I'll show you how. But that, to me, would be like, remember hearing about your grandparents, you know, refusing to use telephones when they first came out because they didn't want to be eavesdropped on? Well, were they eavesdropped on? Maybe. But should they have not used the new technology? I don't think so. Don't cut off your nose to spite your face. And the second point is, if you're not on there, then you can't be part of the solution. You know, you won't see things that people are posting about you. Just because you're not a member of Facebook doesn't mean that people won't talk about you on Facebook. And the only way to know is to be on Facebook. So we think there's stuff to learn, but don't cut off your nose to spite your face. Now, if you do want to get involved and really make your opinion heard or learn more about the privacy, the organization EPIC, EPIC, Electronic Privacy Info Center, is just chock-a-block full with information and proposals for regulations, etc. So that's just my take on the overall issue.
Yeah. Learn.
But we like to not just talk. We want to give you something to do. And there's a ton of stuff. But these are Mrs. Geeks 5 action items. Number 1, make your list of friends private. And if you only do that, you'll make me happy. Number 2, check your profile info privacy setting. Your profile is your contact information, your birthday, your location, etc. Make sure that you're not sharing things that you don't want to share there. Then posts means when you actually interact with Facebook, you have the audience selector that allows you to say who can see what you post. And we went into detail on that in episode 133, but we'll just touch on it today. Then apps, remove all apps that you don't need. Apps are programs outside of Facebook that you say, I want to use my Facebook account to log in, and therefore you allow some interaction between Facebook and an outside app. That's where this Cambridge Analytica came in, and there is a place where you can see what apps you have allowed and you can remove them. And then ads. This one is actually kind of the fun part. Just learn what Facebook thinks about you, what they tell advertisers about you, and you can see that. So I have a few slides to go over each one of these, and I will demonstrate a little bit on the computer, and then I'll go to the phones and show you how you can do all this stuff on the phone. First thing to know is help is really quite helpful in Facebook. So for example, if you want to know if you were part of the Cambridge Analytica, watch how easy it is. So here is my Facebook account. Help is this question mark. And I can just type in Cambridge Analytica. And it says, how can I tell if my information was shared with Cambridge Analytica? Tap there. And it says, based on our available records, neither you or your friends logged into This Is Your Digital Life, which was the whole issue. So that's how easy it is to just ask Facebook. And another thing, so let's say you just don't believe anything I say and you want out. You want out of Facebook. You can go to help and just ask, how do I delete my account? How do I permanently delete my account? And it will tell you how. So help is very useful. And also right on that question mark button, there is the privacy checkup. And that is just a real quick, like 3 steps. I highly recommend you go through that. What I'm going to be showing is a little bit more in depth, but most of the same things. All right, number 1, friends. Now, why do I think this is the most important thing? Is because I see scams based on a public friend list happen so much. When you get those friend requests from somebody, you say, wait a minute, I'm already friends with them. So what is that? That's bad guys who are pretending to be your friend and sending a friend request. And then they figure you'll listen when they next message you and say, hey, I'm in Timbuktu and I lost my credit card. Will you send me money? That kind of thing. And it's very easy to prevent by making your friend list private. And I'm going to show you what I mean here by going back to Facebook. And I just want to find somebody who I know I am not friends with. And I just came up with the name George Harris. I have no idea who George Harris is. And I'm going to scroll down. I mean, there are hundreds of them, I'm sure.
How about George Harris' son?
Yeah, well, that would have gotten somebody. And they've changed since just this morning. Wow. There they are. Okay, so here is a George Harris. You know he is not a friend of mine. So this is how a member of the public would see his profile. And when I click on friends, I see all his friends. And when I clicked on one, didn't I? I see all his friends. Now, that is what I think is not good. If I was a bad guy, I could say, okay, I'm going to make a new profile, call myself George Harris, copy this little picture,
Right.
and then send a friend request to all these people. That's how that happens. So let me see if I can find the other George Harris. Yeah, this one. No, I think this one also had. All right. What you want is to not have the public be able to go to your profile and see your friends. You want them to be private. And why do these people have theirs public?
Good question.
They did nothing.
Right. Because the default setting when you first sign up is public.
Right.
So all your friends, anybody that goes and finds you can see everything about your friends. Not a good thing.
And why is that? Because that's how Facebook works. That's how it grows, is by friends sharing friends with other people.
Mhm.
But I don't think it's a good thing. So here I found one. Here is what you want yours to look like. No friends to show.
To the public.
To the public.
Right.
Right. All right. So and we will show you how to do that. But first, I just wanted to explain why. So there's a privacy setting for friend list. It's very easy, but you have to do it because the default is public. All right. Action item number 2 is to take a look at your profile and make sure that none of your contact information is being shown to public unless you want it to be.
And you probably don't want it to be if you're a private individual.
Right. The only information that must be public is your name, your gender, and your profile image. Other than that, you either don't have to enter anything. For example, you do not have to enter your address into Facebook. Now, you should enter your phone number, your cell phone.
Because Mark might want to call you.
That is for proving you are you. If you should lose access to your account, you'll get so you should enter a cell phone number, but you should not make that publicly visible. So those are the things to check. And I would also recommend, this is one of our episodes that you would be best to watch the recording so that you can pause it and go and try these things each one at a time, because I'm going to go kind of fast here.
Yeah, right.
This is a lot of stuff. Action item number 3: who can see what you enter? Your posts. When you upload a photo, when you say that you're at a certain restaurant, when you say, oh, I had a wonderful day, or I saw so-and-so, who sees that? Every single post can be set with a different audience. And that's the main thing we did with episode 133. So I'm not going to do much there. What I am going to do is show you how you can see your activity log of everything that you've done and how you can view your profile as a member of the public and see what it looks like. So I'm going to go back to my Facebook. And by my Facebook, I don't mean home. Home is my news feed, is my home. This is where I see everything that my friends have posted. When I click on my name, that means my profile or my timeline. This is all about me. And here is the activity log. Shows me every single thing I have ever done and who can see it. So I shared Geeks on Tours post. Only my friends can see it. Here, somebody posted about me, and that one is public. I can't control that because somebody else posted it, and it's no problem. So with every single thing you do that tells you who can see it over here, the only me. Now, also, back on if you tap on these little 3 dots right next to View Activity Log, that's where you get View As. Click on that, and you are now viewing your profile as a member of the public. It's just pretending that you're a member of the public and you're looking at yours. You can also view as a specific person, but the main purpose here is to see what your profile looks like to the public. So I can see, okay, if I'm a member of the public, I get to my profile and I click on friends. What are they going to see? No friends to show. I'm a good girl. Okay. And you can look at your about, all your information about you and see what you're sharing. And that is the View As. Okay. Number 4, apps. This is the apps outside of Facebook that you have said, I want to use my Facebook to log into that app. So you have set up an integration between an app and Facebook. And you may have done this without remembering it. So this is a really good one just to go in and look at and see what apps are there. And if you know that one is old or you don't recognize it at all, remove it so that that linkage is not there anymore. And you get there, it's right on your settings and apps and websites, and we will do that. And number 5 is ads. And this is, as I said, kind of a fun one. It shows what Facebook thinks about you in regards to average. So if an advertiser says, I want somebody who is really smart with smartphones, are you going to show up or not? And that kind of information is here, and we will show you that. And that's still in settings and ads. And now you can specify some preferences. Like if it says that you are interested in, I looked at mine, it said I'm interested in golf.
You're right.
No way.
Maybe miniature golf.
So I can adjust that. I can say, no, I'm not interested in golf, and therefore I should not get any ads about golf. But I cannot say, don't send me any ads at all. That's the way Facebook works. You have to accept ads unless someday they decide to make a pay for and get rid of the ads. But that's not how it works now. All right, I'm going to demo. And I'm going to start with the Android. Now, there's almost exactly the same on the Android and the iPhone, so I'm not going to do all 5 with both. I'm going to start with the Android, and then I'll switch over to the iPhone so you just see how to get to these menu items. Okay. So I will do all 5 things, but I'll do like 2.5 on the Android and 2.5 on the iPhone. So this is the Android. And I want to go to, I'll open up my Facebook. And, you know, if you see this is my real Facebook. So I'm being a little risky here, but oh well. Now, your home page, when you first go in, your home page is your news feed. That's not where any of your settings are. But if you just tap on these 3-line menu, also known as a hamburger menu, that's where you can get to any place else. And settings, so are way down on this list here. Settings and privacy. And the first thing we're doing is how to turn off the public setting for your friends. And it's under settings and privacy. Oops, I already did that. Settings and privacy, and then account settings. And privacy. There we go. That's, settings and then privacy. And if you scroll down to how people find and contact with you, there's a bunch of things here you should look at, but here's the one I'm talking about. Who can see your friends list? And I have it set to my current friends can see my friend list. You might want to put it even to only me. if you want it to be completely private. What you absolutely don't want is for it to be public. Okay, so that's number one, is how to make your friends list private. I'm going to go back to my main screen, and number two is your profile information. If I tap the three-line menu and then tap on my face, that's getting me to my page. And if you update info, I'm going to skip that and skip that. And here's where you get your bio. Okay, that was all that it just wanted me to update. There's the view as that we did earlier. All right, but I want to look and see which of my profile information is shared with the public. That is back on menu and settings, which is down towards the bottom. It's account settings. That's right. It's account settings and privacy and manage your profile. And here's where you will find all the information you have entered. So you can enter information about where you've worked. And if you do, you can say who can see that. So I am saying that my friends can see where I've worked. If you don't want that, here is all the choices about who can see where you've worked. Education, I do have one college listed and one high school listed. And once again, over on the right here, the little symbol of two heads lets you know that that is viewable by my friends, not by public. Professional skills, I haven't added any. You don't have to add things. Places you've lived, you don't have to add anything here. I did, and I allow that to be seen by the public. So sharing with public, and you can change that. Now here's the actual contact info. Now before you can see the privacy, you have to tap edit. So I have two phone numbers in here. One is the little lock means I don't share that with anybody. That's only me. And this one I have allowed to be seen by friends, that phone number. Street address, you do not have to enter a street address. And
yeah, we get a lot of people saying, well, I don't want to post that I'm gone on Facebook because now somebody's going to come into my house. No.
Now there's one thing down here. Gender, and that's, yeah. So birthday info, I do not let that be seen. But if I go into edit, so birthday, I have only me. Notice how gender doesn't allow me. That is one thing that must be public. Everything else.
But you can be ambiguous.
Yeah. Custom. Yeah.
Other.
You can custom, yeah. All right, so that is your profile information and how to change it. Number 3 is posts. So I'm going to go back to my main home page, and by posting, we're talking about here. So I will post, learning about Facebook. About Facebook privacy. So that's something I have just entered, and I can tell it who can see this right up here. That is called the audience selector. And I have mine set to default to friends, But I could say, well, this one I want to be seen by the public. You can do that. Every single time you post, you can make a different audience. You can allow a different audience to see it.
But be careful, because it stays at that audience until you change it back, right?
Right. Right. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to switch over to the iPhone and show you how it's basically the same. So I open my Facebook app on my iPhone. And really the only difference, and there you're seeing my post, the only difference is that that 3-line menu is at the bottom rather than on the top.
Now, is that because apples are upside down or Androids are?
I don't know. But so here's all the same stuff. And we're going on to number 4, which is about apps. Oh no, there was one more. There was one other thing I wanted to do on basic privacy settings. So here, menu, settings and privacy, account settings, and privacy. And who can see your future posts? That's what Jim was just talking about. Whenever you change the audience for a post, it changes it here so that your future ones stay the same. But how about this? What if you're just now learning that you could control your audience and you realize that you used to post everything to public? And you say, oh, do I have to go back to each and every one of those to change it from public to friends? No, here's a place right here. Limit who can see past posts. And if you tap that limit past posts, then anything that was public will now be friends only. I think that's worthwhile. So you can retroactively limit all your past posts to be visible by friends only. All right, now we'll go on to apps. So from your main home page is the 3-line menu, account settings, and apps. And logging in with Facebook. That's what we're talking about. And here I have a few. And I say Picasa Uploader. I didn't even know that still existed. That's been gone for a long time. I think I should remove it. So I will select it and tap remove. And from now on, great. From now on, that will not be available to me anymore. And anything that I may have used it for may be gone. I know I'm taking some risk there of some old stuff being gone. Picasa Uploader removed. You can also, let's say Runkeeper, that is something I use. And yeah, I think maybe I do like seeing it post to Facebook, but let's see what all it can do. It can get my friend list. It knows my birthday. It knows my email address. I could tell it, no, I want to use it, but I don't want it to know my birthday. And save. So that's apps. And the last one is ads. So I'm going to back up again and start from scratch. So you see, go to my news feed. That's that button. 3-line menu and account settings and ads. Let me say so here is what Facebook thinks my interests are and how they match up advertisers with me. Automobiles? Well, RVs, I guess. But I really don't want to get ads about automobiles. No, I don't. So it says, are you interested in automobiles? I'll just tap the little sad face. That means no. Okay, we've removed automobiles from your interests. I back up. And yeah, I think there was golf in here. Yeah, golf. No, I am not interested in golf. Okay, we've removed golf from your interest. But then here's some really interesting stuff. Your information. So it says that Facebook knows that I am married, and it will show me ads for advertisers that want to reach married people. If I say, I'd rather not, I can opt out of that. Job title, webmaster, education, whatever. Those are, and then there's your categories. This is kind of fun. So it says that I am in the category of having an Android device that has 360 media supported. So if an advertiser is trying to find Android users of 360-degree images, I will be one that they will reach.
Pretty cool.
Or if they're trying to find people with birthdays in November. Now, commuters? Nah. Unless commuting from here to Missouri counts, I am not a commuter. I can remove that category from my ads. Now, why do you want to do this? You want to do this so that your ad experience is something that you're going to see ads, right? Mm-hmm. So you may as well see ads about things that you are interested in.
Makes sense to me.
That's what that group of settings is all about. And I think I did it.
You think you did?
I think I did it. Yeah.
What else you got? Questions. Let's see. There was something I wanted to see here real quick. Let's see. If we can turn off public friends, can we turn off our public comments? Like on this Thursday gabbing show?
No. So what he's talking about is if you post, when you post something to your timeline, when you make the post, you control the audience. That means everybody else too. So if you comment on somebody else's post, you can't change the audience. Only the original poster can change the audience.
Now, Richard said, yes, you can.
Okay. Can you explain in this?
So far. Anyway, they're going to give it a try this Thursday. We do a live Facebook Live casual thing on Thursday.
Yeah, we'll chat about this.
At 5 o'clock. And we invite everybody to come and see that. And those are all on Facebook. So
now the turn off our public. Okay. Yeah. Tell me how. Cool.
How can I change my profile picture without others being notified?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think that's possible. And I understand that's kind of, I want to try out this profile picture, And every time I do it, everybody gets notified that I changed picture. Once again, if somebody figures out how to do that, I'd like to know.
Okay. So I like the little Chris in the corner so I can read her lips and motions. Yeah,
he keeps playing with more toys here. We have more cameras here.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing and scary at the same time. All right. Blocking hoax.
Well, this is one this was a question we got after episode 133, where we talked about the privacy for your posts. And somebody said that they learned that if you go to your account settings blocking and put in the words Facebook security, you will see a list of all the people employed by Facebook in their security department whose job it is to watch your posts.
Yeah, right.
No. No. In fact, if you go there, it says right on there, you will now see everybody who has the words Facebook security somewhere in their profile. That's all it is. You're just searching through. Anyway, so don't fall for that.
And don't freak out.
And don't freak out. Yeah. And other thing, now this, I believe, is a result of the Cambridge Analytica. You know, the Cambridge Analytica issue came about because there was an app called Your Digital Life that asked you to answer a bunch of questions. And when you submitted that, you gave the company, the quiz company, access to all your data. And the big issue, though, was that you didn't only give your own data. They could get to your friends through your account. You gave them access to some friends' information. And that was called apps that others use. So, and this is gone. Facebook has eliminated this setting completely. It is gone. So they are trying. There's a lot more to do, but they are trying.
I don't see any new questions. I think we got them there.
Okay.
Well, we do invite you to become a member. If you become a member at Geeks on Tour, you get all kinds of benefits, and it's really inexpensive. See our website, geeksontour.com, and click on the weekly class menu. Scroll down, and you can see all of these 140 archived shows after this one gets archived. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you click on the little bell, you'll get notified whenever we go live. Like us on Facebook. Wow. App of the next week is going to be Google Street View. It's an app, and we don't have time for the app of the week this week. Well, did you learn something? I know I did. You know, that's why we do these shows, is so that we can learn about this stuff.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So, Chris, the part of Facebook that is all about you is called by two of the following: A, timeline; B, home; C, profile; D, newsfeed; or E, page. This is all about you.
All about you is your timeline or your profile. They're kind of synonymous. But just kind of two parts. Your timeline is all your posts, and your profile is your personal information. But timeline is part of your profile. So, but home is your news, is all about your friends, your news feed, and pages are completely public things. So,
confused yet? The command that allows you to see your page as if you were a member of the public is called
View As, and you'll find it right on your profile up at the top right under activity log.
Okay. The default setting for who can see your friends list is public, friends, friends except acquaintances, or only me. That's the default.
The default setting is A, public, which is why we think it's so important for you, for that to be one setting that you do change to friends.
Where do you change that friends setting?
That's in, you just tap the menu button, and it's under account settings and privacy.
All right. True or false, you can retroactively change all past public posts to friends.
True. Very easy.
Okay. And true or false, in the settings ads section, you can opt out of ads completely.
No way, no how.
Because think about it. This is the way that Facebook makes their money. And it's just like print like magazines. They have to have ads in there to make it work. Facebook.
Or television.
Or television, right. Gosh, you know, we used to have ads all the time, and then came cable, and they let you pay for getting rid of the ads.
And that might happen someday with Facebook too, but it's going to be a while.
Yeah. And it's their, it's their idea that that's the way it works. I don't know. I think it would be wrong for them to start charging for this just so people don't have to see ads.
Well, it would be an opt-in, you either see ads or pay to not see ads. There's all sorts of things on the internet now that's that way.
Yeah. All right, Chris, what's the webpage that lists all of our weekly shows?
Geeksontour.com, and the menu item is weekly class.
And the webpage that lists all of our recent newsletters.
Geeksontour.com, the menu item is blogs and news.
All right, and the benefits you get by joining Geeks on Tour.
The complete learning library of videos and guides. You can ask us questions, any question you want. In our member Q&A, you get the show notes for these weekly shows, and there's discounts, and there's a bunch of ebooks, including our Google Photos ebook.
Okay. So next time, we're not going to have a show next Sunday. We'll be in the air to Las Vegas for a live rally. Next live show topic will be Snapseed on Chromebook, maybe.
Maybe that's what I had planned for today. Before all the brouhaha about Facebook, I couldn't resist doing another Facebook one.
Yeah, so watch for our follow-up, the Gabbing with the Geeks Facebook Live Q&A on Thursday, 5 o'clock Eastern Time. Normally, it might be 5 o'clock wherever we happen to be. And if you have an idea for a topic for one of these shows, leave a comment on our YouTube video or send us some kind of information that you would like. Well, that's it for this week. I think I'm Jim.
You think?
It's been a tough one.
I think I'm Chris.
And we are Geeks on Tour.
Keep pushing those buttons.
Don't push those buttons. What button do you put?
What's this button do?
I don't know.
What's that button do?
I don't know. Be careful.
Learn. Oops.